Oh, hey, good to see you guys. By the way, this is what I've always aspired to be, sleaze merchant. I hope I get to be one someday. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Heavy Leather Horror Show, Home Edition, Quarantine Week, I'm guessing 11. Not sure. What I am sure of is that I'm one of your hosts. My name is Ken, and if you and I are together, that can only mean one thing. It's time for another episode of Witch Watch.
There's a white witch, there's a black witch, baby, which is a witch, which is a witch. There's a white witch, there's a black witch, baby, which is a witch, which is a witch.
You know how it goes. Every week, I watch a witchcraft movie, and I find out whether I get a hot witch or a not witch. This week, it's 1987's Love at Stake. Back in 1987, I was 18, and I was an avid cinema goer. I had Saturdays off from work, and I would go from one theater to another in downtown Boston, and I would watch movies all day long. And I saw almost everything that year, and I remember purposely avoiding this one because it looked particularly idiotic to me. Was I right? Let's find out. By the way, I'm wearing this awesome new shirt from the Killer Hearts, a kick-ass rock and roll band from Houston that I think you will love. You can get it from Bandcamp, and you can also get their single from Spaghetti Town Records. And if you do those things, people will find you sexy and interesting. Remember to support underground rock and roll, everybody, because it certainly supports you. Okay, onwards. Love at Stake. Love at Stake was written by two Saturday Night Live writers, Lanier Laney and Terry Sweeney, and it was directed by John Moffat, who also directed the SNL competitor Fridays, which is where I saw the Plasmatics for the first time. Remember that? 1980? Truly one of the greatest TV rock and roll performances of all time. Also, sometime later, he directed Mr. Show. So obviously, this is going to have a sketch comedy vibe to it. It stars the great Bud Cort from Harold and Maude, Kelly Preston, aka the future Mrs. John Travolta, and perhaps most notably, Nicaraguan model and actress Barbara Carrera, who is probably most well known for her role as Fatima Blush in the 1983 James Bond film Never Say Never Again. That was a Sean Connery one. Okay, so it's 1692, Salem, Massachusetts. Miles gets home from being away at Divinity School at Harvard and rushes to see his true love, Sarah. Finds out pretty quick that things have changed a lot since he left.
Oh, we mustn't. Someone might see us.
Well, so what if they do?
They passed a city ordinance while you were gone that strictly forbids public display of affection.
A law against kissing? You're kidding.
No, Miles, I'm not. No kissing, no touching, no looking directly into the eyes of a member of the opposite sex, no bathing.
You can't take a bath?
Not if you're naked.
Salem has become oppressively puritanical, but Miles is going to be the new church minister, and he's got some progressive ideas. So let's see how that goes. Meanwhile, the mayor, Dave Thomas of Bob and Doug McKenzie fame, and the judge, Stuart Pankin, who still is in everything, are trying to come up with some kind of land grab scam and become real estate moguls. And when the mayor's daughter runs in to report that she got into a fight with a neighbor girl, it gives them a devious idea.
She pulled my hair right out of my head.
What girl?
Oh, the witch girl across the street.
Witch girl? Is the girl really a witch?
No. She means rich girl. She has trouble with her R's.
Witch, dirty witch.
Oh, Linda, be careful what you say, child. After all, if the girl really were a witch, well, we'd have to burn her at the stake and confiscate her family's land. No, we wouldn't want... Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So you get the idea. By the way, even though this is a parody, this is not really that far off from how the actual witch trial hysteria started here in Salem. Here's the twist, though. While they cook up their phony scheme, an actual witch, Faith Stewart, played by Carrera, moves into town. First thing she does, strike the parson, Bud Cort, blind, which really helps the hysteria. Of course, they have no idea what she really is. They just think she's a hot British lady.
This is working out better than I dreamed. The parson going blind is a godsend. He actually believed it was a witch.
Yes, but what if it was?
Please, don't be a complete idiot. We made this whole thing up, remember?
I'm not stupid, you know.
There are no such things as witches. Look at those fools. Almost praying for us to take away their homes. Oh,
Hello.
Oh. Hello. I do beg your pardon for my sudden brashness, but I didn't hear your gentle footsteps come upon us.
Yeah, you nearly scared the shit out of me.
But here's the thing. Faith has a crush on Miles, so she wants to turn the townsfolk against the puritanical Sarah. So she comes up with a very witchy way to sabotage her bake shop. The Sarah Lee bake shop.
Oh, Mrs. Oglethorpe, come along, girl. It isn't every day my granddaughter has her 16th birthday.
I really think you're gonna like what I did with this cake. I designed it especially with you in mind. Oh, it's so...
Dicks everywhere. Sarah is obviously freaked out about it, but Miles assures her everything's going to be okay.
They're gonna start putting people on trial tomorrow, and I'm afraid something terrible's gonna happen.
Sarah, don't worry. There are laws in this colony that protect people. Besides, Judge John is far too smart to be taken in by all this hysteria.
Think so?
Believe me, Sarah, a few years from now, no one's going to ever remember the Salem witch trials.
Hope you're right.
See, that's funny because it's not true. So the judge and the mayor end up accusing half the town of witchcraft and burning them up. And they grab all the deeds so they can take over the town. And just when they think the whole mess is over, Faith pays the mayor a visit.
There is someone I would like to accuse of witchcraft. Her name is Sarah Lee, the bake shop girl. I believe she's a witch.
Well, she doesn't have any land. Well, I mean, she's just a poor little orphan girl.
You're not trying to protect her, are you? Why, people might get the wrong idea and think that you are a witch.
What?
And you're much too cute to burn.
Yes, I am. Burn?
So Sarah gets thrown in jail and is awaiting trial. By the way, there are obviously a lot of dumb gags in this movie. I can't get through them all, but there's like the female clam chowder wrestling scene. Every 5 minutes, there's something equally ridiculous in this motion picture. Anyway, Miles and the parson concoct a scheme to prove Sarah's innocence by calling a surprise witness to the stand. That witness, 70s/80s TV personality, psychologist, Dr. Joyce Brothers. I must admit, I did not see that one coming.
What you have here in Salem is a case of mass hysteria brought on by repressive religious doctrines, which in turn stifle individual sexual expression. This repressed sexuality, coupled with intense moral guilt, produces a violent psychological backlash, which often takes the form of homicidal paranoia, in which innocent victims are imagined to be tormentors. In this case, Sarah Lee is the innocent victim, and her accusers are the real tormentors, desperately in need of a good orgasm.
That's a load of shit! I say we burn the bitch!
It doesn't go as well as they'd hope. Also, there's a satanic rap sequence right after that I'm gonna spare you. Court doesn't go well, and Miles and Sarah both end up tied to the stake.
I want you to know, I'll always love you in this world and in the next.
Oh, Miles, I'll love you till the day I die.
That's a gag, see, because it is her last day. Anyway, will love somehow conquer evil, or will they be burned at the stake? You'll have to watch to find out. I will tell you this, there is a surprise twist. Okay, let's sum up. Love at Stake is basically slapstick in the style of, say, Airplane or a Mel Brooks movie, which is not my style of humor at all, so this one was a kind of rough going for me. However, does it have a hot witch? You bet it does. Barbara Carrera, makes for a very hot witch. What variety? Bond Girl witch. There's actually a few of those. The witchcraft in it was very cartoony, hocus pocus kind of stuff. And of course, lest you need to be reminded, nobody got burned at the stake here in Salem. I don't know. It's up to you. A lot of people like this kind of goofy humor. A lot of people like this movie. A lot of people also like pop country music and eating at Applebee's too, so you can't really trust a lot of people. But, you know, there you go. Love at stake, everybody. That's it for me this week. Until next time, hail Satan. Remember to leave something witchy, and we'll see you next time on Witch Watch.